Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. And we're continuing our assault on the slums of Zenobia. Zenobia was the capital city of the old Zenobian kingdom. But now it's just basically one big slum. However, it's still, while it may not be in the best physical condition, it's still an important outpost for the Empire. So a lot of people might still be on the fence about whether they should support the rebellion or not. So, despite our earlier successes, so being able to take back the old capital of the old kingdom, that would definitely swing a lot of people to our side. So, in order to try to prevent the rebellion from taking over the capital, the Empress Endora, she sent one of her 4 Devas, Kaus Debonair, and they're basically like 4 hand-selected knights, basically like second in commands, I guess. You have Endora at the top of the empire, and then in charge of the military is General Hakashi, and then underneath him are the 4 Devas. So yeah, Debonair has a pretty high rank up there in the Imperial army. So as the one town that we liberated, one city we liberated, said that they sent a Deva out here to stop the rebellion, means that they're taking us seriously and they must mean business. So now, in order to try to bolster their defenses, one of the things the Empire has done is they have locked the gates to around the city of Zenobia. So we are not able to enter the city with any of our ground units. If we try to get a ground unit into the city, it basically prevents the unit from doing that. They'll only move up to the wall, and then the unit will stop. So if we want to attack Debonair's unit and eventually liberate Zenobia, we're going to have to use one of our own flying units, or find a way to take down the walls. And spoiler, there is a way that we can take down the walls. So now we don't want to take down the walls currently, though, because once you take down the walls, the Imperials will also use their own ground forces. So right now we're having just enough trouble dealing with the Imperials' air forces. So we just want to avoid having those ground forces attack too. So we'll just wait until we take out all the Imperial Air Force before we, work around trying to find out how to take down the walls. So our strategy is working okay so far. We did have a little bit of a glitch there in our strategy earlier, which is unfortunately why we had to have Orpheus' unit fight. Tend not to want to have our opinion leader, in this case Orpheus, fight, because remember, if he's defeated in battle, it's automatic game over. So don't want that to happen. Plus, we want to keep his levels low, so when he does fight, he'll pretty much be guaranteed a boost in his charisma and alignment. Luckily, we did do some alignment and charisma boosting before we went to this stage, fighting those ghosts in the Pilgrim Forest. So he has a little bit of levels on him, so he's able to do a little bit of fighting if he is called on to fight there. So, but normally your opinion leader shouldn't be getting called on to fight unless something broke down. And in this case, what happened was a lot of our units were taking a lot of damage and needed to heal. So we were all massed on that one temple to heal. And because all the characters were massed on that one temple, we didn't have the line that we usually have to block enemy units. And so some of them snuck around units that were gathered on that temple. And that, of course, forced Orpheus' unit to fight there to prevent the rebels' base there from being taken over. Because remember, if the rebel base is taken over, while it's not a game over, it does kick you back to the map screen, and you basically have to redo everything that you did originally on the map. So, not very good. But this map right here, it's kind of reminding me a little bit of The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars Episode 5, which is where I got the title from this. only it's kind of in reverse in a little bit. For those of you who may not have seen Star Wars Episode 5, it kind of begins with a battle on the planet Hoth, and that's where the Rebellion is has their secret base. Well, the Imperials find out that the rebels are on Hoth, and the base, though, unfortunately, is it's protected by a shield. So the Empire sends down its ground forces to destroy the shield, so then they can land more forces down to capture the leaders of the rebellion and wipe them out. So, in order to harass the Imperial ground forces, the all-terrain armored transports, the AT-AT walkers, that the Imperials send down to the planet, the rebels release their tiny little air force of these little speeders, Hoth snow speeders. So it's kind of like the opposite here. Instead of the Imperials, like in Star Wars, coming down using their ground forces to try to destroy the shield protecting the rebel base, in this episode, the Rebellion is trying to take down the Imperial's shield, in this case, the wall surrounding Zenobia, with its ground forces. And to stop the rebel ground forces, the Imperials are relying on their little air force to perform strikes against the Rebellion ground forces. So it plays out pretty neat like that. So I wonder if the folks who created this game were influenced at all by Star Wars at all. I know the folks at Square, now Square Enix, a lot of them were big fans of Star Wars, and you can see some of that in some of their earlier games, and even their later games, like Final Fantasy II for the Nintendo, is basically it's the Star Wars, the original Star Wars trilogy, plot-wise. And then they have characters, Biggs and Wedge, named after Red 3 and 2, respectively, from Star Wars A New Hope. They were Luke's wingsmen in that Star Wars. So, now I do know one thing, though, about the Ogre Battle saga. That is that series originator Isumi Matsuno, he based a lot of this game and the realities of war based on events from the Yugoslavia wars in the 1990s. That plays more into Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together, where there's a lot of the theme of ethnic cleansing and different groups of ethnicities of people, fighting each other and basically trying to take over the land and rule the land. So another thing that also inspired Matsuni was the rock band Queen. Their second album contained 2 songs called Ogre Battle, and another one was called The March of the Black Queen. So that's where the title from this game came from. And then Let Us Cling Together is a title of a Queen song from another one of Queen's albums, A Day at the Races. So we don't know if he was inspired by Star Wars, but apparently he was inspired by actual wars on Earth and the band Queen. So, but alrighty. So, well, we're doing Empire sending out a lot of its forces here. Remember, there are I mentioned in the last episode, there are 15 Imperial units that'll come out while the walls are still up, and then there's 8 that will appear after we take down the walls. So we've got quite a bit of the units out already. I think there was 5 in play right now. So. And we defeated a few last episode, so you might have seen almost half of the Imperial forces so far. So, changing up our tactics there. Alright, we took out that little, the worm, so now this Beastmaster is just he's gonna be a plains unit now, so I'll have to send somebody out to take him out, but our Worm there was looking kind of hurting. We don't want to lose any characters, so... But we'll be able to catch that Beastman real easily, because we have quite a few of our own flying units. So, yep, there are 5 enemy units currently out right now, so... Look. Most of the enemy units are high flying units. This is the only formation that isn't. It has an Eagle Man in the back and 2 Hawkmen. Surprisingly, they didn't put, you know, 2 other Hawkmen, or maybe a large creature like a Griffin or a Worm in with this unit to make it a high blind unit like all the other ones, so... Excuse me there, I just got... I don't know why something got stuck in my throat, but I'm not eating anything. Like my tongue got stuck in my throat. Ugh. So, well, but, well, there goes that unit, so, woohoo! But, unfortunately that knight unit is sneaking around there. Gotta get him out of there early, otherwise we'll have to have Orpheus fight again, so... Now, one way we can, if units do sneak past our like defensive here, another thing we can do is not necessarily relying on Orpheus. As long as you have less than 10 units deployed, you can always create another unit from your reserves and then deploy that unit. So, for instance, I think I only have 8 units deployed right here. So what I can do is I can go into my unit screen, create a new unit, deploy that unit, and then have that unit sit on the base. So I will eventually end up doing that because I do the voice recording after I do the video, so I kind of know a little bit. I kind of know what's going to happen, and I know there is going to be another unit that will sneak by and unfortunately force, you know, us to have to create that unit to take the load off of Orpheus fighting. So, yeah, these got some pretty tough units here, and it also stinks. What's also hurting us a little bit here is that you know, there's not a lot of towns to liberate in terms of the path that the enemy is moving in. So when we want to heal up, we all gotta, you know, mass up on that one little temple that we have there, so not very good. So here we use our fortune card. It's kind of a useless card for the most part, but we use it, it makes the enemies automatically retreat, so we'll just push them back, and then we'll have another unit come out and fight that unit, because also give a chance to the other units that are sitting on the temple here to get a few more seconds of healing in. So that unit with the werewolves is pretty much healed up, so we can have them move out and fight. We actually want our units, our werewolf units, to be fighting at night, because at night they get 3 attacks in the front row, where in the daytime they'll have lower resistances and they'll only have 1 attack. So put our things on weak. Unfortunately, that means we'll take a little bit more damage, but it'd be nice if we get rid of that one griffin there in the front row. So yeah, put it on weak, that way the ninja will target it. So, and the other griffin in the front row is also weak, so the ninja will continue to target it. We don't have to alter our tactics at all. And just like the Beastman unit, we managed to take out all the flyers in this unit. So now this knight just going to be a plains unit. Doesn't mean we can forget about it, but we can sort of just let him go for a little bit, because we'll be able to catch him much easier with one of our flying units. So, samurais tend to go early, so they have pretty good agility, so we'll keep it on strong just in case it tries to hit us with something. So, that retreat shouldn't hurt us too bad. Actually, retreating does lose 1 charisma for all your characters in that unit, but it's okay. We'll have a better unit fight this unit, and that retreat put our Wildman-led unit there a little bit closer to that retreating knight, so shouldn't have any problem catching up with that knight. So, plus that knight will be slowed down because he's going through forest terrain, so he's going to incur a movement penalty because he's plains and he's walking through forest, so he's going to move a little bit slower. So, will we take out that? Nope. I was hoping that we'd be able to take out one of those things, but maybe it's good that we didn't. I know last time that samurai unit, once it lost one of its griffins, it started retreating back to the city to get another unit and heal up. But that might have been just because we might have reduced the other griffin and the samurai to really low hit points. So yeah, normally, like I mentioned in some of the other videos, usually the unit will wait until it's about under 50 strength to do its retreating back, but if the leader is, the unit leader is low enough hit points, then it may retreat to heal. And this guy, luckily we caught him. He moved a little bit faster than I thought, but we caught him. You can see he was trying to head down to that city to the left, but we took him out. But unfortunately, that meant that those two units up there snuck by our defenses. So, we got two units, so we'll have to... Ooh, that one stop there. He might be turned around to attack our temple, but that Valkyrie unit looks like it's going to head straight toward our base, so we're going to have to reposition Orpheus and maybe, like I said, create another unit to block it off. So, oh, nope, the samurai, I guess it got scared. It stopped there for a second. It looked like it was going to turn around, but then it decided not to. Probably because we started chasing it, so. Alright, well, let's create a unit here to just act as another defense to our rebel base. Check out all the guys. Ravenmen are pretty good. Give us that'll give it another low flying. And now though the worm will overwrite that, so that way this one can fly out real quick and meet that unit. That way if it does manage to, you know, lose a battle or two, it'll retreat back toward the base. Sometimes, you know, you'll lose that first battle, but you'll deal enough damage so that the next time you fight a unit, you might be able to eliminate one of the enemy unit soldiers and thus be able to beat the battle easier next time. So those cockatrices, they have the weakest resistance to fire. Magician is a fire card, so we use that to decent effect. It's best to use your tarot cards at the beginning of a battle when the enemies have like really high hit points. That way, remember, because if you defeat an enemy with a tarot card, the experience goes to the Lord. So in this case, it would go to Orpheus, and we don't really want Orpheus gaining that experience. So use it at the beginning when you don't really have fear of having an enemy defeated by the tarot card. So let's see how this new little unit deals here. You have some good targeted damage with the wizard there. And both the worm and the Ravenmen have good agility, so they shouldn't be missing much of their attacks. So, but unfortunately one got petrified. Dope. So this might be an instance where you might want to just take out the leader, because then that way this cockatrices will start moving back, retreating back to the enemy unit, the enemy base, and we have plenty of units there to block them off. So now, even though that cockatrice unit is behind our lines, it's just gonna not head to our base, and we can cut it off with one of our units that's hanging out there. And we have a weird Hawkman unit up there, just looks like he's going up to that other walled city up there. So yeah, there's another walled city up there to the upper right of the screen. Much like Zenobia, we won't be able to enter that city unless you use a flying unit. or manage to take down all the walls in this map. Alright, we got another fight here. Shouldn't be too bad. Samurai will hurt himself when he uses his attack if it hits. And that Griffin in the front row, yep, not going to be a factor at all in this battle. And with the wizard's targeting attacks, we should be able to take out the other Griffin. So, if I put it on weak, so kept it on strong there. Donk. Alright. So, yep. So this unit will also not much of a problem anymore. It'll lose its ability to fly. But it still has the AI to come toward the base. So, because that's the only thing we didn't take out was the samurai leader. Got our princess unit there. Like I said, princesses, if you missed the last episode, you get them by if you find a crown from an enemy unit that you defeated, and then you use it on an Amazon, a base Amazon, and it turns into a princess, which is, like I said, a really good leader. When you use it as a leader, every other character in your unit gets an extra attack. So, which now has 3 stuns. Our knights have 3 swings with their swords. Our beastmaster has 3 whips. And that bonus attack also is given to the princess, so she gets 2 hit-all white magic attacks, the Starlight. So, and the good thing about princesses is, princesses do not have an upgraded class. Once they're a princess, they'll be a princess forever, unless you downgrade them back to an Amazon. And so you don't necessarily have to worry about the princess's charisma or their alignment or anything. So they're just, we're like other units, you know, we have to worry about their alignment and charisma growth, because if you don't meet certain thresholds with that unit, they won't be able to promote into their next best unit. So, like for instance, our knights have to be, you know, charismatic and holy if they ever want to become paladins, so we have to watch their alignment. We can't have the beastman get too holy or too evil, because then that's a neutral class. He won't be able to promote into the Beastmaster. So, witches, though, they're also another class, though, that we don't have to worry about them ever promoting again. Witch, once it's a witch, there's no upgraded witch. So, and there is a hack, Ogre Battle Hard type, which does have a future update for the witch, so witch can become a different class later on. And apparently in hard type they, I know I mentioned it with that Eagleman Hawkman unit that is heading toward our princess there, how that unit is not full of characters. In Ogre Battle Hard type, they try to always make it that the enemy units have, you know, their full slots, all their slots full. So you won't run into units that only have 3 slots or 4 slots filled. They'll throw in, you know, 5 small units, or a small unit, 2 big units, or 3 small units and a big unit. So, and they also change a lot of the enemy formations so that, especially leaders, a lot of the leaders that we fought so far, other than Capella, have all been in the front row, where they're easy pickings for our melee characters. They'll usually throw the bosses in the back row. So, well, just let the units come to us. Hopefully once we finish these units that are hanging out here, we'll be in the clear and we'll be able to heal ourselves up. That's the problem with these high-flying units, besides their mobility. They come at you so fast that, you know, you may not have time to hang out on a fort and heal up as much as you would like. So, they come at you, and they come at you hard and fast. So, when normally you might have, you know, maybe 20 seconds between another unit popping up and attacking you. With the flying unit, you only get the 10 seconds, so your healing at the fort is cut in half, which is why we've had to have so many of our units hang out at this temple to heal. Now, of course, like I said, if we weren't doing a self-imposed challenge to not use healing items, this wouldn't have been a problem because we can just heal outside of battle. But like I said, I'm making this Ogre battle hard type normal by just restricting myself from using healing items outside of battle. So let's... Took out quite a... well, I don't think we'll be able to eliminate this unit now. Yeah, because they froze our other Valkyrie in the front there, and that Doll Mage's acid attack didn't do too much damage, so... I guess the Cockatrice has a good resistance to physical attacks. I know that they're weak against fire and strong against ice. That's why when we fought them that earlier time with Orpheus's unit, we did a lot of damage with the Magician card, but then Orpheus's Ice Cloud basically did no damage to the Cockatrices. So... that was some good damage there with the Nightmare. But we know that Eagle Men have bad resistances to fire and black magic, so that's our ninja just used fire there. So luckily, like I said, your character's AI know what the enemy is weak against, so like ninjas and wizards, if they can choose attacks, they'll choose the one that deals the most damage. So well, Mickey's not too bad there. Ooh, I accidentally sent Debola's unit back to the base. Oh! Well, that's okay. We've taken out most of the enemy air forces, so... And the only two that are beyond the lines, well, are this one that's retreating, and then that simple samurai, and that shouldn't give any Orpheus any problem whatsoever. Ooh, we missed it by 1 hit point! That's like a common occurrence, it seems like. Run into quite a few times when that happened. We should be able to finish it though. We got 2 more attacks with both. So, dunk, and we taken it out. Now let's just take out this samurai unit here, and then we should have this map pretty much cleared up. Other than that one Hawkman unit that snuck off into the upper right corner there. You don't want to forget about him. So, but if he tries to sneak down and take our base, we have Orpheus hanging out there. We'll eventually send another unit up there to chase him out, because that town is definitely one that you want to, that city is definitely one that you want to liberate, because you can get 2 special characters in this map, so it's kind of like the Sharam, the Borders of Sharam, where you got 2 special units, Canopus and Gilbert. Of course, we didn't get Gilbert until after we beat the map, but in this one, we can actually get 2 special units before we defeat the map, and one of those special units we definitely want to get before we finish the map, because it gives us special dialogue. So, well, that's it for this episode. Take care. Thanks for following along. I'll see you in our next one. Take care. Bye.